Hello my friends, welcome to a beautiful day in the metal shop. Today we're working on the Cobra again. Gonna be all summer. And today we're installing the Breeze hidden trunk hinge. That's it, the Breeze hidden trunk hinge. I said that like there was something else. All right, so this mounts very similarly to the hood hinge. We have these brackets that will mount thusly. And before I get started, there are excellent pictures available on Breeze's website, and they are 100% necessary for you to figure out the orientation, because the instructions, the product is excellent, the instructions leave quite a bit to be desired. Breeze needs a technical writer to kind of touch these things up. Anyway, these mount like so. You see, you have one larger tab, one smaller tab, and that's because the bar that we're mounted to here under the trunk is a curve, okay? So these mount just like this, and you're gonna bolt them to impossible to see. You can get up under there. They're gonna mount to the back side of this bar, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure from the joint over here. I believe it's 8 3/4 inches. Yep, 8 3/4 inches. Make a mark, 8 3/4 inches from both sides, and that will be the center line for this. And believe it or not, I can use this. This is the same template that I made for mounting the hood bracket, the hood hinge bar. Exactly the same, and it will work for this. So we'll measure that 8 3/4, mark our center line. We'll use this, we'll center punch, and we'll drill the holes. I thought this was going to be easy. Yeah, famous last words, but I see that this flange here is going to be in the way. Again, all of these things would be much easier if the body wasn't installed already. But mine is. I'm thinking this is going to be difficult to get to. If I'm going from this side, I'm probably going to need a right angle drill adapter. I think I can lay down in here, contort myself, and drill from the other side. That's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, so here we have the hinges, and these are different. Just so I mentioned, these are angled from side to side because it's going to go, again, that bar is curved. So this is going to mount in such a way that this, if you see that, then this will become level when it's mounted to that curve, on that curve. And I'm not sure exactly where these are going to line up, somewhere in here, and we're going to have to figure out a way to mark those points there. They want you to measure. I'm not big on measuring. I'm big on making a witness mark. I'm not sure if I can have my son, who's now 15, climb in the trunk like we did before. So anyway, let's get to drilling some holes here and see how we do. I'm going to put something down here to catch the shavings. I don't really want to remove the carpet. It's kind of half rigged, mounted in there, and I'm not going to vacuum shavings up out of there. So yeah, so just like before, I'm going to measure and use a punch in that cross tube. I had to remove this little bracket. There's one on each side. It holds this one bolt, and I guess it provides it support. It's really, instead of a washer, it just kind of sits up there in the kind of in the void there, but it's right. Of course, the hinge is going to be located in roughly the same area. See if I can't get up in there. There it is. And there's my template. I've already kind of finagled a punch in here. It's not easy. There we go. Got both holes marked. And yeah, drilling. Yeah, it's gonna be something. Not really gonna be able to get in there with a drill bit and be on an angle, which is not really ideal, what you want. I guess you can start small, get that right angle. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to accomplish this. I'll let you know. All right, so here's some of the carnage. No big deal. The sequence was, it was easier to mount the template to the back side of this and then drill it with the right angle drill. Starting with an 1/8, moving up to a 1/4, and just be prepared while you're contorting yourself under there, trying to get the drill in like that. You're gonna get a palm full of red hot shavings, but you can't stop drilling. Stay after it. Anyway, no big deal. So yeah, that's all I did. Taped the template on the other side, reached in there with the punch, got a couple good punches, made sure, then looked and double checked, made sure that they were, roughly halfway, through the center of the 3/4 inch tubing up there. Here's our bracket, and let's see if I can take you along here. All right, there we go. You can see the holes are right there. Let's see if we can't get this bracket in. I already tested it. It fits. Yep. There we go. Some things are just a two-hand job. Or as my friend with the Jeep channel used to say, it's a two-hand job. I don't think it means the same thing. Anyway, so we've got that. Over here, we are loosely fit, and the only issue that I'm seeing is this. So my hinge is going to roughly go here, okay? Now look at this. I mean, obviously the trunk lid is going to have a much different arc, but this is the problem. Do you see where the hinge is going to need to be mounted? It is going to fall basically right in here somewhere. And this needs to be bonded on. I was going to use some super panel bond, thinking to have a nice flat surface, and like so. I guess it will cover this little cove, so you'll have panel bond on the outside. I'm assuming you could probably fill this as well. I guess we'll have to see, but that is a project for another day. I'm at a good stopping point, and there you can see it just barely. I'll get these loosely fitted, and join me tomorrow or when I have the energy again to continue with this. Yeah, that's a really good look at it. The Breeze hidden trunk hinge bracket there, mounted to the underside of this. Pain in the butt with the body on, but hopefully the end result will be better. All right, so I don't remember exactly where we left off, but I have the hinges mounted, and I have the plates that attach to the trunk lid centered so that they can move back and forth, centered in the oval slot there. I got a little arts and crafts project here. Instead of measuring, which I feel can become inaccurate, I really like a template. So what I've done here is I like this really thin cardboard, like from a shirt box. This is from a chip box I just had sitting in the trash. So what I've done here is I've squared up the edges really good, taped them in place, and I brought this up here, brought the hinge up here, and made a nice witness mark there. Tough to see, but you get the idea. So then what I'm going to do is I'll tape these, I'll move the tape so they're just barely in place. I'll put some more tape on here, or I might be able to do some double-sided on this side. We'll close the trunk lid, and we'll have these pieces then attached to the trunk lid. Sorry, my finger's in the whole shot there. Nice job. We'll have these pieces attached to the trunk lid, cut the hole out of the cardboard, and we'll have a perfect template as to where that hinge is going to need to be, or the mounting plate is going to have to be adhered to the underside of the hinge. So let me get that going. Stand by. All right, real quick, this is what I ended up doing. Got a big 1/2 inch drive wrench there, and I used it to hold up the hinge. I pushed it down, I flipped over, did the old double-sided tape like that, and I got it to stick in place and then lift up a little bit, and I could reach my hand in here and I could get this tape and this tape to adhere. Not so sure I'll be able to show you how I did this. I mean, maybe. That's where I put it right on the tip of the bolt there. Just needs to provide a little bit of pressure. Not really a huge deal. Get the prop out the way. All one-handed, people, so you just have to forgive me. And we'll go down. You can hear the tape. I can feel it pushing on that wrench. We're gonna peel this piece here. And this is a lot of work to avoid, you know, doing what the instructions, and see, you see it's lifting. It's lifting it up. I am going to reach under, push that tape down on both sides. Got it on both, got it enough to lift. And look at that. We have positions marked super hyper accurately for this point where those hinge mounting brackets have to be adhered. Now, what I'll do is I can cut out those pieces. So now what I can do is I can cut out this, and we will have a perfectly accurate mark as to where these brackets need to be adhered to the underside of the trunk lid. Again, this is gonna be a long process, so I'm gonna get that taken care of, and I'm gonna have to remove the trunk lid. I may do it here. I gotta talk to my friend who runs a body shop. We're gonna use some kind of super panel bond, the stuff that they use. Auto manufacturers are using it these days to actually adhere, you know, fenders and panels to cars. When I hit a deer with the Explorer here, a bunch of the seams in here were actually adhered with panel bond, not held in place with mechanical fasteners, you know, with bolts and screws and whatever. So yeah, the old 1/2 inch socket did the trick. Yeah, we're styling right now. I'll cut out the squares of cardboard, basically transfer the marks onto the underside of the trunk lid with a paint pen or whatever, because I assume I'm gonna have to scuff those up for the panel bond. Maybe we'll do some fiberglass work. I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna get them to adhere, but yeah, we'll go from there. Awesome, we're moving right along. All right, so very quickly, I've just cut this out. And what I've done is I've done the wrench trick again, socket again, and you know, let me get my flashlight. Actually, yeah. Anyway, let's take the prop down. Maybe I can show you. And I verified that, very tough to see, but it's landing right in that hole. So yeah, paint pen to transfer to the hood lid, trunk lid, and away. Ended up putting some fresh score marks with some good score marks with a very fresh, brand new utility blade, and use the paint pen. And you see this side mounts nice, will mount nice and flush in the hood here, but this one, and the hinge is mounted per the instructions, the exact same distance from the side of the car, falls into this cavity a little bit. So I don't know. I could re-drill the mounting under here. I could, this, there's the holes are slotted, and this is slid all the way to the outside here. Yeah, don't know. There's, you know, there's imperfections and idiosyncrasies with these bodies. You know, I did the 8 3/4, and I think I've even verified my measurements that from this outside edge, I am at 8 3/4 to the center of this mounting, and also 8 3/4 over here. But you'll see what happened here. So I'm not sure how I'm going to combat that. This may need to be filled. I guess we'll see. All remains to be seen. All right, well, I've decided to close out here. Mounting the Breeze hidden trunk hinge is going to have to be, there's another country heard from, it's going to have to be 2 parts. This video is just getting too long, and we're going to be off to the body shop to get those pieces adhered. That's going to take a bunch of time, and then mounting the hood will have to be a separate video. So as always, my friends, thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Give me that thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything, in the words of my good friend at Diesel Creek. Really helps the channel. Share the videos with like-minded individuals. Hit me up in the comments, please. I still respond to all my comments. Anyway, I truly appreciate your support in watching my videos. All right, my friends, take care. Bye-bye. Cobra.